Hello, we are taking today Bhaiya's interview. Introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Ramesho. Currently, I am a Teach for India Fellow and teaching in SVT, that is in Hadapsar. I teach in 5th grade English, and there are more than 100 students that I teach. Yeah.
Nice, your introduction is so nice. So the first question is from Khushi. What make you happy in class?
So it's very interesting question. So one of the things that makes me happy in the class is when the students follow the norms. First thing. Second, when they are working in a group. As a teacher, that makes me very happy that the students are working in the groups. They are helping one another. So these are two things that really make me happy in the class. Yeah.
Oh, wow, awesome. So next question is from me. Why did you join Teach for India?
So the story starts very back when I was in a graduation. I was writing my last semester exam, and then I thought I wanted to work in education. So I was finding volunteer opportunities. Okay, volunteer means work for 10 days, 20 days, and then I got Teach for India website, and then I thought, ki I want to do this fellowship because it seems very interesting. So there are a couple of things that I joined Teach for India fellowship. The first reason is to work with children. It's very nice, and you learn so many things from children. So it's first reason. Second reason, to work with communities. Community means with parents, with other teachers. So you get opportunity to work with them. Know what they do, know their life, their story. That was the second. Third reason was to know about the education, right? Because our education system is so big in India. There are lakhs of children, crores of children and lakhs of schools. So to know this big system, that's why I came into the fellowship. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. Your experience is so nice. And third question is from Mansi. How do you manage that all things in class? You can do so many activities, norms. How did you manage? It will take so much.
Yeah. So I think it's very interesting question. So how do I manage the all things? So first thing, to manage these all things, you have to make a strong plan, right? So without a strong plan, you can't make things happen. So many times I have experienced this. You come into the class, you want to start the class, and you are blank. That what should I take? If you have not planned. If you don't plan, then it will be not simple. Children will not listen. You just tell them, okay, read, but they don't know what to read, how much to read. Some of student will read, some of will not read. Some will just do a little bit. So first thing, how do I manage this all thing is to first plan, right? So once every day I go home, I plan what I want to teach for next day, what should I teach, what activity can we take, and we have plan, right? Second thing, then we make worksheet. Okay, if this is a plan, how can we make the worksheet? So I think time management that we do. Planning is the one thing that helps me to manage these all things. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Interesting.
Nice, so awesome. You need to so much time. And third question is from me. When did you learn English, and what do you think English is important or not in your life?
Okay, interesting. So I think when I was when I took admission in the first year of graduation, that time I realized English is very important because I studied, till the 12th standard in Marathi medium, and my all subjects were Marathi. My all teachers would speak Marathi. But when I came in Pune, then I realized that English is very important because in graduation you would have all subjects in English. So then I realized the importance of English. So how did I learn? Then I joined a class when I was in graduation. There was next in 2-3 kilometers away. There was a class of Symbiosis. Symbiosis is a very international university for teaching language. So I took admission there. I started from basics. So I remember when you have to give an interview to join the class. So what they did, the teacher was speaking in Marathi, and their teacher was speaking in English, and I was speaking in Marathi. So I couldn't answer his basic questions in English. But they said, Ramesho, you have to take in basic class, right? Basic course. That is a basic English. So I started with basic. They would teach good morning, good afternoon, us very beginning, and then I went to advanced, then intermediate. So by joining classes, talking with those parents, those teachers, I learned English. Yeah.
Oh, wow, awesome. By your motivation, other children can also get motive that how the English is important. Wow, awesome. Fifth question is from how was your experience of teaching? Why did you think that, means how was your experience of teaching?
So my experience of teaching has been very awesome because um, like this last 1 year was a life changing time for me because I learned so many things from the children, from the parents. So my experience first is a life changing experience for me. Talking about specific the experience, first thing that I learned from the teaching is to plan. If you don't plan, your children will not learn. It's not simple to just come in a class because those 50, 60 children are just waiting for you. For example, when as a teacher I walk in a class, whatever I tell the student do, right? So if I tell, okay, open this book, close this notebook, student do the same, right? So first thing that experience taught me that you have to plan very, very nicely. You have to plan the small things. Like for example, if the class get extended or if you don't get more time, for example, another teacher took your time. So how you will manage? Then you have to cut out one activity, take that next day. So second thing, my experience of teaching was to plan better. If you don't plan, then you will not, your children will not learn. Third thing I learned is to manage your stress, manage your anger, because sometimes children will not understand what you are saying. Children will do very, very small things, and they are just 5 in 5th standard, so they are, they will do this all stuff. So that was my, 3 experience that I learned from teaching.
Wow, your experience is so nice. And you, in your this question, you tell to manage your anger. How did you manage your anger and stress? Can you tell?
Yes. So first, to manage your anger, you have to be aware that you are being angry, right? So that you understand that now this is a time that my anger is coming. Second thing is to not have expectation, right? So when you have expectation so much, for example, you plan, for example, whole day I planned, okay, I will go in the class tomorrow morning, my children will listen to me, and then I will have the best class. But you come and your children are not listening to you. So that will make you very angry, right? That they are not listening and मैंने इतना सोच के रखा है, मुझे लगा था ऐसे होगा मगर ऐसे नहीं हो रहा है. So first की expectation थोड़ा low रखने का, right? कि okay, things can go wrong, like we plan. Student will be silent when you are taking interview, but they are not now, right? So the thing is like, okay, it's fine, right? We don't want a perfect interview, we just want to take interview, right? And we didn't plan, we told them although the instruction that don't sit when we are taking interview, but they are talking, it's also fine, right? That's fine, like things will not go according to expectation. And then you think that makes you happy, that is fine. Not all people are perfect. That is the second thing. And third thing is the meditation, really. So when I meditate, I realize, okay, that was a time I was angry, that was a time I was not feeling, I was feeling depressed. Then reflection, we have reflection, right, in the classroom. So reflecting back that why I was angry, what was the reason of that. And so many times understanding that is also important. For example, so many times I become angry, why? Because I want the children to listen, I want the children to study, and if they don't, then I become angry. So the reason is also important, right? It's not anger is a negative feeling. If you understand why I'm angry, okay, I am angry because I think my students should learn, I am angry because I think my students should focus. If they are not focusing, then that is making me angry. So 3 things I would say, being aware that I am becoming angry now. Second thing is, things will go wrong, like life is not go according to a plan. And the third thing is, to meditate, to reflect back why I'm becoming angry.
Wow, awesome. Your answers are so nice. But your meditation means in meditation you can think about, means I think that is happening. The class will be IMB or TIJ classroom, but why? Means you can understand other student why they have problems. So that is nice. Next question is, why did you make groups and norms?
Guys, silent. The first thing why we make norms in the classroom. See, there are so many students, right? and doing the doing that activity in a whole class is very difficult. So first thing, groups helps you to learn better, right? For example, every student in 5 5 or 10 10 groups, so you can know what is going in that group. You can go and see, okay, that you can see, okay, in that group two children are not taking participate, so you can go and tell them why you are not taking participate. You can also tell that group, ask your these two your peers, your group partners to take participate. So first, as a teacher, groups helps you to manage the learning. Second, group is a effective way to manage the classroom, right? For example, you can't check the all children's homework, it's not possible. But at the same time, you have to make sure in the class that the students are doing homework, students are completing their work on time. How you will do that? So you can have a group tracker, and you can just look at group tracker whenever you have time. For example, my class is for 60 minutes. If I only take 20 minutes to check the homework, then rest of 40 I just have 40 minutes. 10 minutes will go into settle the classrooms, to start the classroom. You just have 30 minutes. And to complete one worksheet, you at least need 60 to 70 minutes, right? So classroom is the best way to manage the all students. So two reasons. First is for groups, first is to manage the learning, second is to manage the classroom. Now talking about norms, norms are the way to learn better. If you don't have norm, for example, when someone is speaking, if children are not listening, they will not learn, right? So norms to build a culture in the classroom. If you have culture of raising hands, if you have culture where students are walking in the line, if you have a culture where students are listening to the teacher, then student will learn. Otherwise, then few students will learn who are paying attention, few students will not learn, and you will not have a culture, right? For example, your student may be very smart, your student may be doing very well in the study, but they are not good citizens, they are not good classmates. For example, they don't know how to walk in the line, they don't know how to answer a question, to raise a hand. When someone is speaking, they are not listening. So they are not learning. For me, they are not learning really, because they are not learning the values. For example, when you are not listening to the teacher, it will happen when you go at home, you might not listen to your teacher, because you are picking the same habits. So the norms is to develop that habit, to listen, to help, to respect. So two things, norms are to build a culture and to build the values in the children.
Oh, awesome. You are thinking that discipline is important, and I am also your student. I know that you have groups. Some students are low, some students. That is really actually nice. And my second eighth question is how you feel when your children RC was growing so much.
Yeah, so it's very interesting question. So I really, first thing that I feel about when children's RC are growing is proud, because that is very proud moment. Not because you are their teacher and you have to teach them, and then that is why, because the children has made so much efforts, right? You see them, they are reading stories, they are coming to class, and they are adopting new things. For example, when I say, okay, we will make groups, they are listening, they are following that. And so for some children, it would be not simple, right? First time they are sitting in a group, first time they are raising a hand to answer the question. So first it is that, okay, they are getting something out of their they are doing a hard work, and they are getting a result. So proud moment, because okay, that student did the hard work and it is a result of that hard work. That is the first reason, first thing that I feel proud. Second thing, I feel very positive that if this child was at 0.5 or at 0 in the beginning of the year, in the mid year or at the end year, he has improved his RC, that means that is a positiveness, that if he can improve, if my one child can improve 2 grade level in 1 year, then other children can improve the same, right? If one child can do, so positive, that yes, we can do, there is evidence of that. Yes.
Means from your children's growing RC, you get motivated to teach more, and oh, nice. And ninth one question, why you open library and YouTube channel?
Okay, so 2 questions. Now talking about the library, when I came into this school, our schools, SVT, I realized that there is no books apart from the textbooks. And to learn, to improve the RC, you really have to understand, if children do not learn, they will not pick up reading habit, right? And to become a strong reader, you have to have reading habits, right? So for first thing I will tell you, I am passionate about reading myself. So from 12th standard I started reading Mahatma Phule, I started reading so many people, and those people motivate me to be in education, right? To be in a classroom, to do something in education. So myself was passionate in the reading, and when I came in the school, I see, okay, my children are not reading, right? And if I am passionate about my something, then why not I can see, okay, for example, if I am someone who go at home and read every day 2 hours, then why not have 20-30 children who do the same, who just go at home, took the books and do the same thing like me. So that is the first reason. Second reason is to develop that habit and culture of reading. Reading is not only about, right, only that, okay, you take book, you go home and then you read, okay, आपकी RC improve होगी. RC, once you start reading, once someone start reading, do a worksheet, RC will improve, there is no doubt about it, okay? But what will take time to change? For example, if you give me one student, I will improve his RC level without giving him so much reading in 1 to 2 months. But I can't improve his behavior, I can't improve his personality, I can't improve his habits in one month, right? So for example, to give you example, for example, you as a student, right, start reading books. You have developed very long concentration, you have developed very wrong habits, right? That cannot develop in a month. You took so much efforts. At the beginning, you might feel bored, you might feel, oh, I don't want to read this. You take some time to understand what you like as a reader. You understand, oh, animal story is not I like. Okay, fairy is something that I like a lot. So that is means you are developing. You are also understanding, okay, what I like in the reading, what I don't like in the reading. Reading helps you to develop that person as an individuality. Like it understand, oh, I don't like animals. I don't like fighting stories. I like more like peaceful stories. I more like fairy stories. I am more like imaginative person. So that stories are helping that student itself. भले आपको बता के नहीं आए कि भैया मैं ऐसे चाहता हूँ, मुझे ये करना है, मगर वो बच्चे को खुद ये समझ आ रहा है कि मुझे क्या करना है, मुझे क्या पसंद है, मैं किस टाइप का आदमी हूँ. क्यों? क्योंकि उस टाइप का रीड कर रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू गिव मी 2 books, I will pick up more like calm book. I will not pick up any imaginary book that somewhere I go in another planet, because I don't like to imagine so much. But one child will pick up that. Why? Because he likes astronomy, he likes to imagine. So he is that kind of person, right? So that is a very important reason, and you see that kind of changes in the because of library. So these were the reasons I started library.
Nice, so nice. I really realized that means behavior. You say behavior. In library there are so many things, stories like the Four Sons and his farmer. I read that. I realized that to listening our parents is good thing. We didn't listen. Our parents always help us to be a good person. We didn't listen to our parents. We always have bad things in our life. So awesome, nice.
Yeah.
And my next question was, what did you think we will be best classroom of Teach for India? Means what did you think?
How can we?
Yes.
Okay. So what is my definition of best is not only that you are the best and you are very great. The best definition is, do I feel best of myself, right? For example, as a teacher, when I walk in the classroom, do I feel confident? Or just I am pretending, or I am just like showing people I am very best. But in reality, do I feel best? So to be the best, to improve ourselves. And best means what? To continuously improve. To understand where I am not good at. For example, okay, I am not good at, I just sometimes when I teach, I just stand. So I am not good at taking the round in the classroom. Okay, so that is in our teaching we call it teacher radar. रडार मतलब टीचर घूमता रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि फिर बच्चे एक्टिव रहेंगे, वरना पीछे के बच्चे फिर कुछ करते रहेंगे, आगे के बच्चे काम करेंगे. सो आई रियलाइज़ कि ओके वो मेरा अच्छा नहीं है, मुझे वो इम्प्रूव करना है. तो नेक्स्ट डे मैं क्या करूँगा, मैं याद रखूँगा कि हाँ मुझे एक जगह खड़े नहीं रहना, मुझे चलते रहना है. मैं फिर एक डे नेक्स्ट डे कभी कभी मैं भूल जाऊँगा बीच में, कभी कभी मैं एक ही जगह पे खड़े रहूँगा. बट कॉन्स्टेंटली आई एम इम्प्रूविंग स्मॉल थिंग्स, दिस आर वेरी स्मॉल थिंग्स. बट जब आपको आपने एक थिंग इम्प्रूव की, 2 थिंग इम्प्रूव की, 3 थिंग, वो 3 थिंग्स मिलके बहुत बड़ी चीज़ बन जाएगी. एंड यू विल बिकम अ गुड टू ग्रेट टीचर. सो बेस्ट मीन्स continuously improve, understanding, oh, I am not good at listening, oh, I am not good at following this norm. Can I Can I start following this from tomorrow? Okay, I fail. Yesterday I did, 2 days I didn't did. Okay, then I realize that. Realizing is also that important, that you realize you are making a mistake. To improve anything, you have to realize the mistake. So, to become best, first thing that we have to do is to build a strong classroom culture. Without classroom culture, you can't learn. Like, for example, teacher is speaking, someone is speaking, you are talking, you are not paying attention, you are not understanding that, okay, something is going there that is important. For example, one child is not paying attention. Why? Because he doesn't feel that what teacher is saying is not important. He says, okay, he feels किसी को पेन मारना, किसी को पे नहीं करना ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि उसमें अभी वो डेवलप नहीं हुआ है, वो इम्पोर्टेंट डेवलप नहीं हुआ कि अरे ये एजुकेशन मेरे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये जो चल रहा है आज क्लासरूम में, आज जो टीचर बोल रहे हैं वो मेरे लिए फ्यूचर में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. वो उसको रियलाइज होना भी एक कल्चर है, राइट. सो फर्स्ट टू बिकम बेस्ट क्लासरूम्स वी हैव टू बी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लासरूम कल्चर. Second thing is to feel that we all together are one. So one of the things I do fellowship and I realize, पहले I was thinking कि you have to do this all things lonely, right? You are only one. आपको सब अकेले करना है. Then I realized, oh, the children are also there. I can take their help into organizing the papers, organizing the library, giving the homework tracker, right? And also sometimes I thought कि okay, बाकी teachers I would not take their help. Then I realized, oh, they can help me also. Parents also. So many times I not start taking help of parents. My other Teach for India's fellow. So many times you realize ना कि मुझे अकेले करना है, मुझे खुद को improve करना है. But then you realize ना हम सब एक है, like we have to improve, not only me, but my classmates will also improve. My RC will not only improve, but my classmates also will improve. So that togetherness, that we all are together, doesn't matter, we have different thoughts, we have different dreams. Like for example, one student dream might be improving one level, or your dream might be level 2. Someone just want to read one book, you want to 3 book. But at the end, we all are together, right? We are the one, like we are just like family. So that family should come. If you feel that we are together, then everything will happen very naturally. Yeah.
Oh wow, I get 2 important points in your answer. I get first point is that unity is strength, and second point is that grow with all classroom, not only half children. Take which student who is low, take them and grow fast. Awesome, your experience is so nice. And can you explain your teaching method? Miss, how did you teach?
Yeah. Okay, great. No, very, very interesting question. So mostly I learn, your teaching method is depend on how do you learn also. So when I was in an English class, I mostly learn in an activity way. Okay, so I did activities with my teacher when I was learning English, spoken English. And they would bring books, okay. They would give us story books and ask us, okay, now we are going to read a story in the group. One student will read 2 to 3 lines. Okay, so that is activity. Someday they will just come and tell us, okay, we are going to present a drama today. This is a topic, or they would give us a game. Like for example, I remember we used to play a very interesting game. The game was we together. For example, we will give a task. We will go outside. We will discuss something. Okay. For example, we will discuss. Okay, yesterday we were at school. We were doing this, and someone will ask me question. Okay, कल आपने ये crime किया है, कल हमने आपको सिनेमा मूवी में देखा था. तो हमको अलग अलग आंसर नहीं देने, वरना हम पकड़े जाएंगे, राइट. हमें टुगेदर एक स्टोरी प्रिपेयर करनी है, मगर जो ग्रुप है वो हमको अलग अलग लेके जाएगा, और हमारी उनको स्टोरी एक ही होनी चाहिए, वरना हम पकड़े जाएंगे. कैसे कि मैंने कल बोला कि मैं कल सिनेमा में था, तुम कल बोल रहे हो कि मैं स्कूल में था, तो हम पकड़े गए, राइट. सो activity was something that I really enjoy, and then same thing I pick up in my teaching also. So, most I would bring activities, I would bring worksheets. So activity based teaching is my way of teaching.
Means activity is like playing, and by playing children can learn fast. Oh nice. And my last one question is, in your learning, what did you learn in your training?
In my 1 year fellowship, there are so many things I have really learned. Okay. Oh, sorry. So your question is what when teacher? Okay. So we have in Teach for India, we have around 20 days offline training. Sometimes we have online training also, because where there was a COVID time, so we had some offline plus online training. So in training, first thing we learn is classroom culture. That how to build this classroom culture, how to have norms, how to create groups. This is the first thing we learn. Second thing we learn about how to teach RC, how to make lesson plan. So planning is something we learn. Third thing we learn is that Teach for India is a movement. Teach for India is not a job you take, right? Teach for India is not only a fellowship that you do for 2 years. Teach for India is a big movement that you build teachers, you build leaders. For example, I will teach you something that you will remember for your whole year, or you will teach me something that I will remember for my whole year. So this is a movement that is happening. So we in Teach for India training, they build this unity in you, that you are we all are together. भले ही हमारा क्लासरूम अलग हो, स्कूल्स अलग हो, सिटी अलग हो, मगर हम सब एक है. सो वो मूवमेंट हमें सिखाते हैं कि हम कैसे एक है, हम कैसे यूनिटी में काम करना चाहिए.
Okay, nice. And one question, please. Who is your best student? Last one. Only one person, only one student name, because all student can tell me that. Please ask that question, so I can ask him. Who is your best student? Please tell only one name.
See, like, it's very difficult to tell one. There is no one. I can take so many names who are. See, best means what? There is a. I would not say. So I will change the question. Okay. So there is no one best student, but there is one my students who teach me a lot. Okay. I learn something from them. So I will give you some examples. There are so many. First example was of course Someshwari. So when she came, you see, she was very shy. She was very new with this classroom. So she learned how to adopt the classroom. Right. Okay. You are also new. But you see now she is more friendly. She would talk with everyone. She would not say, okay, you are not my friend, you are not my friend, he is only friend, she is only my friend. She would talk, and she would very be joyful with talk with anyone. Okay. So she would be not ki ye nahi hai. So first thing that I learned from her ki adopt. अगर आपको new situation में डाल दिया जाए, adopt. Now she want to change the school, she is also happy. I would think, okay, she doesn't want to leave her friends now क्योंकि 1 year यहाँ पे थी. तो first student that I learned from. So she is not my best, but she is someone from whom I learn in my fellowship. Second is of course you also. I learned so many things from you. First thing that I learned from you is the confidence, right? That you be confident, like whatever you do. Now you are taking interview. I just feel you are so experienced in taking interview. So second thing I learned ki of whatever you do, you might be not the best in that doing, but have a confidence that, okay. So doesn't matter that you feel कि मैं बेस कर पाऊँगा कि नहीं, मुझे आएगा कि नहीं, but confidently saying that I can do this, I can try, I have that ability. So that is something that I learned. Then of course there is other teachers, other students. One of this Pawar sir, one of this Sarika miss. Sarika miss, I learned how to handle parents, how to handle the students who are making troubles in the classroom. Pawar sir is very kind person, very genuine person. Very much kind that I never feel कि SVT में मैं काम कर रहा हूँ, जॉब कर रहा हूँ या बच्चों को सिखा रहा हूँ. And yeah, other students, there are other couple of students from whom I have learned so much. So see, it's not only about best, it's about कि best means what? Best means someone who is continuously learning. So I see some students are continuously learning. They were not that good at that. But they improve themselves so much. One of the example I can say is Jia also. Jia was someone who was very silent, but would respect the people around you. One of the things, best means doesn't mean you are good at study, right? You can become good at study anytime. For example, if I decided I am not good at English, I will work on English, I will become a best. But what are the qualities you are having? Do you respect your teacher? Do you respect the students? Do you listen to them? Do you follow the norms? So there are so many students. It's difficult to tell everyone's name, but these are not my best. These are the best teachers of mine whom I learned कि things को कैसे handle किया जा सकता.
Oh, means you think no one is best or good. All of they are good.
They are good. They have their own qualities.
Nice. And you think that is not your job, but that is your learning. Oh, thank you. I am taking your small interview. Thank you for your time. Thank you.